All right. So I guess we'll just wing it because we don't have any show notes.
I've got.
I know you've got topics, so when we get to you, we'll just let you roll with it.
Okay.
Let's go. All right, y'all. If you're a fan of the show and you tune in weekly or however often you tune in, make sure you're liking us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, all at Made to Motivate Podcast. Subscribe and hit the bell on YouTube. That way you know when we upload new videos to that channel. And do what you can to share the page when we have new episodes. We appreciate all the support. And with that being said,
you know what time it is.
Podcast Tuesday!
Live from Made to Motivate.
Has the goddamn
Podcast.
Polish house on a Tuesday night? Damn it!
On a Tuesday night.
What up, guys?
What's
Guys, gentlemen.
Yeah.
XY chromosome? YY? XX?
We're the X.
Yeah.
Oh.
YY, I don't think is a thing.
Oh. So guys are just X?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
You you have to be two? You have to be like
No.
XX or XY?
XX is girls and XY is guys, I think.
Oh,
I think.
fuck me.
I don't teach science.
All right. Not a math teacher. Well, what up, gentlemen? What's going on? This is Made to Motivate Podcast, Season 3, and it is Episode 5. This is your host, Ryan Weiss, and I'm joined, as always, by Jesse Young from Sports Illustrated.
What's going on?
What it is, I've got Christopher the Tool Kessinger, or the Film Freak Kessinger. What it is, where'd you get that shirt? Los Angeles, California.
Yeah, it's where Tool's from. Well, based out of.
Oh.
Manord's from Ravenna.
But you didn't get the shirt there.
No.
Oh, that would be cool.
It was probably made there.
This
Or
is true.
China.
China. It was made in China.
China.
What's going on? What's up and happening since last week? Anything new and exciting? Of
Oh.
course, Jesse.
Oh, a lot of stuff actually. So we said that we were going to announce that fundraiser for the greenhouse and everything.
Yep.
And not only did I get the money from GoFundMe way earlier than they said I was going to, we funded the entire project before we even had time to announce
Look at
it.
this
So,
guy.
yeah. So we're still going to try to go for the big project. It's probably sometime next year, which is like the actual greenhouse, because we just found out from them that we can do it through them. It's just hard.
Yeah.
So
right now you just got like grow lamps.
So we have 4 like industrial size grow lamps. We're going to make a couple of hydroponic, just like PVC simple wall grow. I don't know what they call them, like wall grow walls.
No
Grow
idea.
walls. That's what it is, I think. And then we just got everything for that. So that'll all get shipped in. We're going to teach the kids how to make them. And then if it goes well, we'll just make more. And then, we raised $2,400 in 5 days.
Damn.
And we
That's
got
cool.
like 3 donations from people completely out of state. Like one lady from Georgia gave us almost $200.
They must have heard the podcast. That's
Yeah,
the only thing I can think of.
probably.
That's got to be it. Worldwide appeal.
But
right.
then,
That's dope though.
yeah,
That's cool.
So that's all. They're supposed to ship it tomorrow, and then I have no idea how long it's going to take to
So
come
who's
in.
like going to set it? Like, you have someone that knows what they're doing that's going to like set it up? Or you're
We've-
just going to kind of wing it?
We've watched videos on it, and it's super
YouTube?
simple. Like it's literally just like sticking it together and,
Yeah.
and putting the hoses
Plug and
and
play.
stuff in. Yeah, it's not difficult at all.
Nice.
And I'm not super handy, so if I'm saying that, it's
Yeah,
easy.
that's cool.
Now the kids know about this, right? They know what's going on. No.
Kids have
Okay.
no idea because we didn't know if it was going to happen. Like we didn't know if we would get the donations or not.
You don't want to get their hopes up before.
You did
Yeah.
preface to them you're not building like a grow room, right?
Whatever we got to do.
That's gonna be the first impression.
They're gonna
Swear
walk
to
in.
God, like
Dude, they're gonna walk in and be fucking just like mad scientists, know exactly what the hell to use, how to use it, what to do.
oh, okay. So I see you got some 2-inch PVC over here. That's great for the water pressure needs to be at.
Dude, Unc is letting us grow weed.
Dude. So that was the first thing that I said though, because they were like, because like I was sitting there with my principal because he's the one who wanted to do all of this. I just made it kind of happen,
possible.
But other teachers came in and they're like, of all the things you guys could choose,
Yeah.
like why would you choose this? They're not gonna like what kind of job could they do with that? And I was like, weed's gonna get legalized.
Yep, that's right.
And that's all I said. And they all just kind of
Damn.
like looked at me and I was like,
Hey,
that's a lot of money.
just being real.
Yep.
Like,
It's a big business, man.
plus it's something that you can't get an automotive program. Like you got to build
Yeah.
an entire garage and have space for that type of
Right.
thing. So this was the one thing that we could actually just plug and play into a classroom
Yeah.
until we could get a facility. So yeah,
That's
I'm
cool.
excited though. Hopefully by like beginning of January, I would think at the very latest we'd be able to get this going.
Nice.
And then other than that, I went out to Indiana. My brother-in-law opened up his church. First service was really good. He had a lot of people there, probably like 60 people, I would think.
Nice.
Their facility's still being built. So they were just like, they're using like a campground off-site location for now that they do like their summer camps and stuff at. That was real cool. But yeah, it was successful. It was really good out there.
Nice.
Nice little trip.
Yep.
Yeah. Did you guys stay for the game?
No. God,
You watched
no.
it here?
Of course not.
I seen you guys posting stuff there, and I was like, I thought you said you were getting up and like rushing home so you could watch the game here.
Yeah. No, the game was at 4:25, so it's an exactly 4-hour drive.
Yeah.
And I can usually cut it down to like 3:45.
Yeah.
So as soon as service ended, we said bye to everybody. We were out the door by like 12:10.
Nice.
And we were out. So
That's cool.
but yeah, so
Good stuff.
it was great though, because we played the Colts, and of course they're all Colts fans. So I wore my Browns jersey,
Right.
and I got a funny story that I'll share in sports later.
Okay. Chris?
Just getting ready for my vacation in 2 days, man. 48 hours from now, I'll be on the road.
Yeah, buddy.
So yeah, just doing that. And
Driving to Carolina?
yeah,
For a wedding, right?
yeah, my niece's wedding, and I'm in it. I'm one of the groomsmen.
Very
so
cool.
Can't really miss that.
No, you cannot.
Yeah. And then besides that, I've just been kind of downtrodden all weekend because I heard a song this weekend, and I heard one of our closest friends, Jesse Unk, sing it. And I was wondering if he could sing it again. 99 Lufta-Balloons.
99 Loof balloons.
No, you know what part I'm talking about.
I know, but now I can't think of it. It was, that wasn't the part. Oh, what the fuck?
Where'd he sing it at?
What
It was on Facebook because I couldn't. It was all right. So you ever get one of those times where like something random just comes into your head and you cannot for the life of you think about what it is?
Well, that's Jesse's thoughts every day.
It is
For Jesse, that's
Because he
my
can't
day.
remember
but like
anything. So
so
it's
like
oh, this is
it.
random.
Oh fuck.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
play it all.
God damn it. So like I'm like humming that and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Because I didn't hear the song.
Yeah.
And there was no commercial with it. I have no idea why it came into my head. And so I'm like, Steph, what is this song? And I did that. And she just starts laughing.
You posted
She's like,
it on Facebook?
Steph did.
When?
Just like 2 days ago.
Oh, I'm not
it's Friday
Friday
or
3 days
something.
ago.
I don't think.
Yeah.
But she couldn't think of it either, and it was driving us nuts. So she had me do it for Facebook, and of course, Chris is the first one. He was like, 99 red balloons, and I was like, fuck yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I don't think I would have ever guessed off of bump, 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 bump.
He's like, why are you trying to make gun sounds?
Hey, to be fair, there was a bam bam in there.
That's in the song.
Jeez.
That's it for me, though. What about you, Ryan?
It's fantastic. Same, preparing for vacation.
Yeah.
I had a wedding videography gig this weekend, so
Shit.
getting it prepared for that, took up a lot of my last week. And I did that Saturday, which meant Sunday I tried to just chill because, man, that takes a toll on you. I was Friday I went to Top Golf.
Oh, yeah.
Which was awesome.
Yeah.
Finally got up there. I went to Orlando. We went in Orlando when we were for Pod Expo. That was the first time I've ever been.
So are they similarly structured? Like
Same
their
thing,
detail?
but they had different games, which I was kind of bummed. They didn't have that cool like Candy Crush one we played.
Yeah.
They had different ones. But so we went there Friday. It's really nice. And then had that wedding on Saturday. Chilled Sunday. Getting ready for vacation. We fly out Sunday morning. We're gonna do Disney and Universal and meet some friends, hang out.
Which 3 did you pick of the parks?
We ended up nixing Epcot.
I knew it. I knew it.
Yeah, it's a tough decision, man. Like I'm gonna be bummed to not do all the food and stuff there because it is legit.
Yeah, beer gardens.
But it's like I'm gonna spend $120 for a ticket to Epcot and then another $100 on food just to go and have the food. Like it's just a lot of money. There's so much more to do at Animal Kingdom, which it was between that and Epcot and Animal Kingdom was where we were gonna get rid of one of the two. There's just way more actual stuff at Animal Kingdom that it's for money. It's worth. If it was like park hopper, because you can't park hop. It's like when we normally go, you can park hop. So we do all the parks, even if we go for like only if we even have 2-day tickets, we'll still park hop and we'll go to all 4. Go half for go to one for half the day and then go to the other.
There's only 4 parks.
Yeah.
Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, Epcot,
Hollywood Studios.
I don't know why I thought there was another one. Is MGM the same as Hollywood Studios?
It used to be called MGM Studios. Now it's Hollywood Studios.
But it was still only 4.
Same. Yeah, same. There's 4.
Hmm.
California, there's 2. Orlando, there's 4.
Okay.
And then there's the 2 Universal Studios, which we're going to do those as well.
Yeah.
Is Animal Kingdom, is it just like basically a big zoo?
It is, but there's actual rides and stuff too. So that's
Okay.
where Avatar is, which the
Okay.
Avatar ride is one of the most legit rides ever.
Really?
They've got this dope dinosaur ride called T-Rex. Everest, which is a actual like steel roller coaster, which is incredible. They've got the Kilimanjaro Safari, which is you just ride in a giant safari truck, and it's like where the animals are all just wild and free.
Oh man.
Tigers and lions and hippos, rhinos, like it's wild. It's dope.
So do you have to pay for that when you go in?
Everything inside's included.
Okay.
Yeah, so like the safari thing's included. When we went last year, the rhinos, dude, it was dope. They like surrounded the truck.
Oh man.
And I mean, it was literally from me to there is a like
Oh shit.
3,000 pound rhinoceros.
I don't know about this.
Dude, it was dope, man. I've got some really cool video of it. It was really cool. So yeah, between the two, Epcot's got like 3 rides.
Yeah.
You go for more so like for the food and the experience of it. Then so yeah, so we decided on those. So I'm ready for that. That's really it. Not much other than that. Work took on a lot. So show wise, you know, do we know where we want to start? I mean, you've got stuff for Hollywood. We could start there.
I can if you want. It's kind of, I've got 5 things, but 2 of them tie into each other.
Yeah,
Cool.
So
yeah, that's cool.
yeah, okay.
I say we start with Hollywood Report. We'll go from there.
Okay.
My God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm.
Wait.
Everybody, calm down.
Two, Steve, assemble!
Hollywood Report. Know it. What it is, what it do. Hey, I started watching the Haunting of Hill House last night.
Oh, Hill House or Bly Manor?
Hill House. I haven't
Okay.
seen either of them.
Okay.
Are they the same show?
They're not, so they're by the same, they're supposed to be in the same world,
Yeah.
but there's no relation between them.
So it doesn't matter if you watch one first or over the other.
No, there's no
Okay.
continuity
I
between
saw
haven't
that
seen
the
either one
characters
yet.
were similar. Yeah, it's dope.
Is it?
I watched the first 2 episodes.
Oh,
Is it like
man.
actually scary, or is it like American Horror Story where it's just kind of like creepy?
I've never watched that, but I'd say it's more of like a creepy scary. It's not
Oh.
like Strangers. Like the Strangers, like I was genuinely like scared of.
Yeah.
No.
This is more of like a creepy, spooky. It's cool though. I dig it.
I'm going to be careful what I say because Ryan's currently watching it. What I'll say about Hill House is that it's definitely more creepier than Bly Manor. Bly Manor is a love story.
Okay.
And it turns into one by the end of it. It's still very much a haunting story and
Yeah.
a ghost story itself, but it's a ghost that turns into other like sentimental things, which is actually kind of cool when you
Okay.
think about it.
Have you watched Hill House?
I've watched
obviously.
both.
You liked it?
Hill House I think is better.
Yeah.
But I think Bly Manor is like right there, like it's right underneath it.
Yeah.
Bly Manor, it took me 4 episodes to get into it.
Okay.
I was like, I'm just not feeling this. It's another adaptation of The Turning of the Screw, which is an old
Okay, yeah.
1899
Yeah, I know that.
literature story. And I'm like, yeah, it's tied too close to that. But then it finally breaks off in the 4th episode and it becomes its own entity.
Okay.
So
How
yeah,
Hill
many
House, I
episodes are
was-
there?
Huh?
How many episodes are there?
9 in each.
Hill House, I was in right away.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to watch more, but it was literally like it was 12:30, and I was like barely getting through 2nd episode because I was so tired.
And it's always dark.
But, like,
so you want
yeah.
to go to sleep.
But I mean, I was sucked in right away. There was no
Mm.
like lag of interest in it. It's good.
What I think's cool about Hill House and Bly Manor does this a couple times too, is there's no jump scares. It's more what
Yeah.
you're seeing in the shadows, and is your eyes playing tricks on you?
Yeah.
Like you're like, did I just see something back there? or
people
not?
like in the background.
and you
That's
never
what I
find
like.
out.
yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
You
Hate
should
jump
watch
scares.
You'll
like
you'll
it.
you'll dig Hill House for sure. I don't know how you'll feel about Bly Manor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Anyways, I started that last night. So what do we got?
Well, I wanted to start off this week with probably the biggest story, and that is the passing of Eddie Van Halen, the
yeah.
acclaimed guitarist for Van Halen, one of my favorite 80s rock bands. I don't know about you guys, but yeah, Van Halen passed away at the age of 65 from throat cancer on October 6th. And yeah, just a rough loss for rock and roll and music as a whole. He was credited as being the guitarist behind Michael Jackson's Beat It, that famous riff.
Yeah.
Do it.
Jesse's gonna be our new sound bite.
our resident Muzak guy over here.
Why haven't you made us a new intro yet?
I don't know, man.
You should.
I thought we were sticking with the hip hop. I can do the.
There we go. No, it's very sad though.
Um,
Music icon.
Were you guys Van Halen fans at all?
Yeah, absolutely.
Probably
I'm
a little.
I'm not like a old time music like connoisseur, so
Yeah.
I probably know a bunch of their songs, but I couldn't
Doesn't
tell
know that
ya.
they're Van Halen though.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was talented. I'm a big fan.
Yeah, I was like, it's funny, you know, people divide it into there was 3 different singers in Van Halen, but for me there's always 2, and it's David Lee Roth or Sammy Hagar.
Yeah.
It's interesting because I think
Which is interesting because the band's named after Van Halen, obviously, but you'd think the lead singers is usually who gets the notoriety. But
not the guitarist and the drummer, his brother Alex.
Yeah.
And then now his bassist son, Wolfgang. So yeah, it's interesting. It's a big loss for sure. My favorite Van Halen song was Dreams off of 5150. That was a Sammy Hagar album. Yeah, but it's cool to hear a lot of radio stations playing it up and giving marathons to the Van Halen catalog.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to mention that. Now we can get on to the fun stuff. The Boys finale was this week on Friday. I know you haven't
You
seen
didn't
it,
watch
right?
any of it, right?
I watched the first episode of season 1.
And you
Okay.
didn't like it.
I felt like I was watching like the Wish version of a good superhero
Of a
show.
superhero
I don't
show.
get it, man. I love it.
The budget's certainly cheaper in that first season for sure, but
Yeah.
like,
Second season, it wasn't though.
Oh,
I'm
no.
gonna try because Dan was talking to me about it the other day, and he's really into it, and you guys all really like it.
Yeah.
I think I just need to. I don't think I gave it enough of a chance.
You got to go into it as its own thing.
I know.
Don't think Marvel. Don't think DC. Just think this is new.
I overthunk it. I think you guys oversold it for me too. You know how that always works out for us.
Yeah.
So
well, and I don't know if you can go into it without thinking, because to be honest, part of the thing that I love about it is that satire on those
Sure.
properties.
I just don't know that. I don't think that's what I was expecting.
Mhm.
So when I started, I think I was just like, "What the fuck is this?"
You were expecting something that's on equal ground of those.
Exactly. I was
yeah.
thinking I was watching like a Daredevil or like an
Yeah.
Iron Fist, like something where it was within the same realm,
Mhm.
but like a TV adaptation. I
Mhm.
didn't realize it was going to be like a knockoff.
Yeah.
Now that I know that,
it's a
though,
spoof.
I just got to rewatch it. So I want to try it though.
I'll aim this question to you then. Were you satisfied with the finale and the whole season in general?
Yeah, I think the second season's not as good as the first, but
Mhm.
it's really close. I mean, you're talking like a 9 versus an 8, and I might even change my mind once I rewatch it again. But like,
I agree.
yeah, I like the way that it ended. I'm kind of glad that they cut it the way that they did with the one character, because I thought, okay, there's no way that they're going to be able to like defeat these two. So for them to go in and just kind of like handle that, and now you still kind of have Homelander as your main person, he's crumbling at this point.
And he's surrounded by enemies pretty much now.
Right.
Like,
yeah. Nobody is on
both
his
sides.
side. And I liked that too, because like in the first season, you're like, wow, every single one of these people are fucking assholes.
Mhm.
And now you're like, well, I mean, they're just kind of like people, you
They're
know,
redeemable.
like some of them just kind of got stuck in, you know, what they were stuck in, but they're not evil.
Mhm.
Like even Homelander, who's probably the biggest villain out of all of them,
For
like
sure.
he's not really. And
Mhm.
you can tell like it was just, if you could easily save him if you had the right person to do it. It's just he gets continually manipulated by the people that he wants to love, or that he wants to love him. And like, I don't know, that final shot of him just like on top of the building.
And I knew exactly what he was
He
doing.
couldn't, right? Like that's the point. Like he couldn't. I'm thinking that's what I thought at least.
We never really see, do we?
But
thank God.
but yeah, no, I thought it was great. I was kind of I wondered what was going to happen with Billy based off of what happened with you know, all of that. But yeah, I liked how it went. I'm trying not to spoil anything, but
I won't mind.
I'm gonna be careful too. You and I-
Possible spoilers if you haven't watched the show, even though we're already talking about it.
I'll be careful. If I say anything, it's gonna be stuff you can see on the trailer anyway. You and I had this talk. We took a road trip. What was it, a couple weeks ago? And I told you about how I
You guys went on
compared
a road trip without me?
I
we
invited
went and
Joe
got
ass
movies, man.
Oh, the movie thing. Okay. As long as it was just that I couldn't come.
the yard sale. Yeah.
Okay. Bastards.
So I told you how the comic compares to the show property.
Right.
And especially in this finale now, it's just bridging further and further now. It just seems like it's its own thing. And I like that. I dig that. There's such an unpredictability to this show now, and such a rawness and an edge that complements that comic, but at the same time breathes as its own property. if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I loved the fight in the final like 10 minutes of that episode was so badass.
The girl fight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I liked it too.
when Queen Maeve pops up, man, I was like, dude, I've got goosebumps, and I'm like, I said this, I kid you not, I'm like, beat that bitch down now. Like, fuck her up bad. And then it goes from that to that story with Billy and the kid. And yeah, that's interesting because, you know, how that's going to continue for future reference. Is he going to hold that grudge toward that child?
I think he has to.
Yeah.
Because you have to still have like an edgy butcher.
Well, it's not his kid too.
Right.
So, I mean.
Yeah. The one thing that I like the most in this one, because the last one touched on certain things like religion and like, you know, marketing and like what really is your hero look like behind the scenes and all that other stuff. But like this one got super deep. Yeah. Like that one scene where the guy's just listening to the indoctrination about the supervillains over and over on the news, and it just shows him, he starts off and he's just like, he hears it while his mom's watching it, and then like he's watching a video at night, and days go on and he just starts like radicalizing towards them.
Yeah.
And then he thinks he sees this shop clerk's eyes flash, and it's not clear if he did or not, and he shoots him in the face. And it's just like, yikes. God damn, man, like that's like your white nationalism insanity, like Vegas shooter type shit that you see in real life nowadays. And that was like, you see like the controversy that happened with like Eminem's music video that incorporated that. Yeah. And I'm shocked that this didn't get controversy, because I thought that was rough.
Yeah, I think it's interesting that it draws that parallel to our own world, especially when you're talking about these extraordinary characters doing these extraordinary feats. And it's like they have a way of bringing it down to something that fleshes out humanity. And I love that.
Yeah.
Like it's very it does feel like our own real world if superheroes did exist, you know?
Yeah.
That's what I dig about it. I'm with you. Like the first season for me is probably a strong 9 out of 10. The second season, I would say if I was still giving 0.5s, I'd give it an 8.5.
Yeah, it's close.
Yeah. The only thing I would say probably that got lost, other than, you know, we talked about it's better to binge this show as a whole.
Yeah.
I agree. Like I would like those 8 episodes to be dropped at the same time.
Yeah.
But on a story sense, the weak part to me was kind of that whole, it seemed like they didn't know what to do with Deep and with
the church.
Yeah, that whole.
I thought the same thing.
To me, it's almost like it's kind of tacked on. I would almost wish these characters just disappeared for a season and just came back later after they found themselves.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, I wondered, because I thought that the whole assassination stuff that was happening was the church. I thought it was the leader the entire time.
Yeah.
So then when they kind of wrapped that story up, I was like, well, fuck, what was the purpose of this? You know, like it didn't really, all it did was made you feel bad for Deep more and make him look like a fucking idiot. But like, I don't know where they go with his story now.
I think by the end of all this, when they fleshed that thing out at the end with who did that, with the heads exploding and all that, I think where this is going is it's going to turn every superhero, Highlander even included. I think there's going to come a time where he's going to get fed up and sick of all this corporate image.
I think so too.
And I think they're all just going to aim it at the corporation instead of each other.
The one thing that I hope, and I haven't read any of the comics or anything, so this could be, I mean, they don't follow them anyway, so who knows, but I would love for Deep to take over that church and like start a cult.
That would be cool.
It'd be like the Deep Disciples or something like that. Like, I think that'd be sweet.
That would be pretty badass.
So,
I mean, it would give his character meaning again, you know?
And he'd be the type of person that would be able to like he's not smart, but he would, I don't know, he'd be able to manipulate those types of people into it, and he would just love it. So,
and he's dirty too. Like, you know, don't let that whole feel sorry for him second season fool you. Like, he's dirty.
Well, he even said at the end, like, I did all this fucking shit.
Yeah.
He didn't give a crap.
No, not at all. But yeah, that was just the boys. I just wanted to touch on that a little bit. That series is now over. Other news, speaking of TV, Bill Burr's offensive monologue on Saturday Night Live ignites a Twitter firestorm.
What happened?
I didn't see that either.
Stand-up comic and former Breaking Bad actor Bill Burr has ignited a Twitter firestorm for mocking everyone from white women to gays in his first Saturday Night Live monologue. I watched this on...
He was in Mandalorian too, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I remember him being in Breaking Bad.
Yeah, he played...
He's one of the... They hire a couple guys. It's him. Remember the big black guy that's in the...
the bodyguard guy.
Yeah, the Saul's bodyguard.
Dude. Yeah, he'll work alongside him.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember specifically the episode where Walter's loading in those big drums of cash into the van, and Bill Burr's there, and he's like, "What are you gonna do with all this?" And,
Yeah.
So he was the host of Saturday Night Live this week. I watched it. When I was watching, and this was long before the firestorm happened and all that. I was watching the monologue, and I'm like, a lot of these jokes aren't landing. Not just with the audience, but they're just not funny.
Yeah.
And Bill Burr is someone who I find great humor in. I've watched his stand-up specials. I think he's a great comedian. And he kind of went to a place with these jokes. And I understand when you're stand-up, there is no barriers, but maybe scale it back a little bit considering you're on live TV.
Does does SNL not know the scripting? Is this all like him?
No, I think
something
they
that would have
know.
been
It is
pre-screened.
It's live, but they practice throughout the week.
Yeah.
So they would have known what he was,
known.
the jokes and everything.
I honestly think this is raising such a big deal because it was so quiet and so many of the joke deliveries were awkward. When it happened, the audience didn't know how to react. It's one of the situations where they didn't know whether to laugh or to take great shame on the punchline themselves.
Yeah, I think right now, we've talked about it before as a comedian, it's so tough because give it a year ago or so, people probably would have laughed at it, but now people are like, well, I don't want to laugh because then I'm going to be like, people are going to judge me for it.
Mhm.
So it's like super
We
awkward.
get so much like political controversy going on right now. It's like, can I laugh at a black joke? Can I laugh at a woman joke or a gay joke? Like,
and that's what
I'm
this
fighting
felt
against
like.
these things right now.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what this very much felt like. And like the whole episode to me, Bill Burr doesn't fit in well for Saturday Night Live. Like his shtick is
He's not a Saturday Night Live character.
Yeah, it doesn't feel good in that. Like Dave Chappelle can adapt to that sort of thing. Like he's a vulgar comedian, but he also plays characters at the same time.
Yeah.
Right.
Bill Burr kind of felt out of place here. I don't see people are calling for him to apologize about this. I don't know if that's necessary to me.
He won't.
Yeah.
Bill Burr's not going to
I was
apologize.
gonna say Bill Burr is like definitely a different cut. Like
He'll sign back on and be like, what the fuck are you guys all getting upset about?
right. Yeah. He's like on the serious end. Like, I don't know, like the darker comedy than like,
Yeah.
He's like a
Saturday Night
Daniel
Live.
Tosh. Like he's not gonna.
He's definitely not gonna
Definitely
apologize.
different styles of comedy, but like he's not gonna back down from any.
His
of
apology
jokes.
would be like, I'm sorry, you're all so fucking
sensitive.
sensitive.
Yeah.
But
And like the jokes to me, like honestly, I just felt more shame in them because they weren't very good jokes. Like to me, like I didn't think they were that offensive. He called like one of them they've got here. The Netflix star referred to white women as his bitches while claiming they had somehow hijacked the woke movement.
The thoughts and comments of Jesse Young
Bill
do not
Burr.
reflect the Made to Motivate podcast in any way.
I'm glad you said that because it wasn't Chris Kessinger. So, yeah, just in that, and like, there's a couple of gay jokes on here too, suggesting their struggle has been nothing but racial minorities. It's, I think, the gay crowd they're so strong at this point. They've been through so much worse than this.
right.
It just wasn't funny. That was my whole
it just
thing.
seems more like that they were not only like insensitive slightly, but they were bad jokes, so it just didn't go well.
Yeah. And I think people are looking for a scapegoat when that happens. So they go, oh, it's offensive. Then that's why it's not funny. No, it's just not funny because it's not funny.
That's one thing that I've never like. I don't give a shit what your joke is.
Mm-hmm.
It can be as offensive as you want. Like, I don't care. Comedians that are, especially professional comedians, it's not just some dude down at the Red Fox doing
Just
Saturday night or
using it
whatever.
as a way to be a racist.
But like, if you're a professional comedian for years, I don't care if your jokes are racist or if you joke about terrible tragedies like 9/11 or if you talk about gay people.
Joke about
like,
somebody breaking their ankle, ending their career.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care about any of that because that's literally your job. And you should know that going in with comedy. Like nothing is off limits when it comes to that. I just think that's stupid.
Yeah. No, I
Dave
agree.
Chappelle was his stand-up on Netflix was talking about the LGBTQs and the T's in the back are fucking it up for all the other ones in the car. And like,
Yeah.
that didn't get nearly the flack. And I don't even think that's that offensive of a joke.
And that's a great comparison. But the reason why that joke works is, like I said, it's just funny. Like,
Sure.
the punchlines are great. Dave knows how to sell something. I don't think Bill Burr has quite mastered that yet as a comedian. He doesn't know. There's a showmanship to this kind of art.
Sure.
And I think Dave Chappelle knows how to sell. He knows how to prolong a joke. He knows how to drop that delivery.
He's a storyteller.
Yeah, he's a great storyteller. And yeah, it just Bill Burr, when I heard that he was guest hosting for SNL, I said, I don't know how this is going to work.
Yeah.
He's not that kind of comedian.
Yeah, that is true.
So, but you can go back and watch it. I mean, it's on Hulu now. The monologue is still in its entirety on there, uncut. Go back, judge for yourself.
Billy.
My final piece of news is a two-parter here from CNBC. This is breaking news this evening. Disney says its primary focus for entertainment is now streaming, announces a major reorganization. So first of all, I want to preface this by saying we talked about this a couple months ago when we were saying streaming changing the face of movies, how most of us didn't like that, and how, you know, if these companies see that they're able to make, you know, $20, $30 a pop, they're liable to go along with that and, you know, sell their properties on streaming.
Yep.
So basically, I'm going to read a little bit here. Disney is restructuring its media and entertainment divisions as streaming becomes the most important facet of the company's media business. On Monday, the company revealed that in order to further accelerate its direct-to-consumer strategy, it would be centralizing its media business into a single organization that will be responsible for content distribution and sales and Disney Plus.
Interesting.
I still don't think that that's going to harm theaters too much. You're not going to get those underlying movies like Mulan, or if they ever did like a live action Pocahontas or any new live action crap that they do. But like, there's no way that they're putting the next big Marvel movie on Disney Plus.
And that's the question. So like, this ties into another piece that I'm going to release here in a second. But like, to me, it's kind of like you said. So with Marvel, this is the big jump. So if you're going to do it, go full in and do it.
Right.
Like, don't half-ass it, you know, one way. And, you know, we'll release Pixar, but the superhero movies we're holding out.
You're not going to do a Star Wars or Marvel or anything. Like,
yeah,
it's got to be an all or nothing. I feel like,
yeah, big money makers there too. And my question with all this too is they haven't quite announced this yet, but like, so we're going to pay for all of these movies probably in addition to our Disney Plus subscriptions. Absolutely. What's the number? Because they've even said Mulan, they didn't feel comfortable with that $30. They suffered a big backlash from it. People did pay, but they suffered an eating alive reputation.
Well, then it wasn't good on top of that. Like, like Soul is getting released on there at Christmas.
That was what
that's going to be your marking point. If that does really well and they release it for $15 and it blows up, well then fuck, all the kids movies are going to PlayStation Plus or Disney Plus.
Loss.
Yeah,
$15 is cheap.
I mean,
$15 is cheap, but you also got to think
you're renting it,
pay that
release,
much,
and you're owning it right off the rip for $15.
Well, who says that you're going to own it? Maybe you own it for
Mulan. You owned, right?
Mulan was the $30 you owned. Yeah.
You got to think though. Okay, so let's say they make it $20 and you own it and you get the rent, right?
Well, you just own it at that point.
You're $10 if you bought it in the store when it first comes out. You're looking at what, 25 to 30. I wonder how much it costs to print everything to Blu-ray, DVD, ship it out, and do all that other stuff. Are you making up those costs?
That's minimal.
I would think
the quantity they're doing, it's probably costing them $2 a pop.
And I still think Disney's overlooking the big red herring here, and that's the fact that we can get as many of our friends together under one roof and watch a movie for whatever, $15-$20 and all that. Right. You're going to lose tons of money that way. Like, you're losing Jesse's $15, you're losing Ryan's $15, my $15.
Yep.
You know,
I want that movie going experience.
I do too. And for Disney, like Star Wars and those action movies,
I don't want to watch Star Wars in my living room when it first comes out. I want to see it on the fucking big screen.
No. But just
then again, though, Mandalorian is amazing, and we haven't seen that on the big screen yet, and it's just as good.
It's good, but like, there's just those certain movies. Like, would you have wanted to see Endgame at home?
Oh God, no.
Exactly.
But
I
also
expanding like characterization, like stretched across
that. You have to see that in the theater. Yeah. Disney needs to open their own fucking theater. Just buy Regal.
I'm okay
just
with
call
that.
it a day and just fucking buy Regal.
I'd be okay with that. Then you don't have to send it to any other theaters. Monopolize it.
Yeah. But Jesse read off the second part of this story is that Soul, which was the newest Pixar film,
looks incredible.
Supposed to come out around Thanksgiving, has been moved to Christmas. They're going to drop it on Disney Plus, apparently with just the subscription cost. So like, apparently,
if you're already a member, you get
it for free.
Damn.
So apparently that's the way we're going. And so if you're going to do that,
how are they going to make up all the production costs on that movie?
That's my point. So this kind of
while they're laying off 28,000 people right now.
Yeah, there's a hypocrisy to what they revealed in this CNBC ad compared to that Soul. So I don't know if this doesn't count under that helm and they're just going to start it in the new year.
Yeah.
Soul's going to be a big film too, man. A lot of people are looking forward to it.
It looks really good.
Yeah.
I guess that's just
like, I already know I'm going to sob watching that movie. It looks so good.
Yeah, it does look really good.
And it's like visually, like it looks like a theater movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a lot of stuff in that where I'm like, damn, like,
yeah,
I want to see that in IMAX.
Mhm.
And what's key for it too is that like this seems to be the first Pixar film that's focusing on minorities and bringing them into the Pixar umbrella. And I think you're going to lose a big amount by, you know, putting this on Disney Plus. It's a nice notion, especially for Christmas, especially with everything we've been going through,
Right.
you know, this year. But on the money side of things, on a business side of things, this movie is going to suffer a huge loss.
Disney stock, sell, sell, sell.
They got to just be thinking that they're going to make $7 a pop off some people that aren't already signed up and hope that makes them some money.
Even that though, I mean, that's short game gains, and then you're signed on. Everything after that's going to be free.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to get a quick influx, and then.
And the thing is, even if you have to wait like a couple of months before it hits Disney Plus permanently anyway, you know, I'm talking like in terms of owning it. So what? Like, you know, you sign up for $7 a month or whatever for a few months, and then 3 months later it's there. You can watch it 100 times if you want to.
It's crazy.
I don't get it, gentlemen.
Wild,
I just don't know where we're going with this business. And with Regal closing and everything, scary times.
Technology as a whole, man, it's taking over the world.
So that's it.
It's
That's
gonna
all I
be a
got
rough,
for Hollywood Report.
Rough for moviegoers.
Yeah.
Locker room talk?
Sure.
You got anything?
Oh, I got plenty.
Oh boy.
40, run, William, run! 20, 15!
Iguodala to Curry, back to Iguodala, up for the layup! Oh, blocked by James! LeBron James with the...
This is Locker Room Talk.
LeBron James.
LeBron James.
4-time NBA champion.
Four-time.
MVP,
Well, yeah.
and MVP.
Yeah, and MVP. Finals MVP, baby.
Bro.
Only one ever in the history of the game to have Finals MVP with three different teams.
Win the championship with 3 different teams.
Yeah.
GOAT status, man.
He's already the GOAT before this, but this just solidifies it. And you know what? This is a perfect example of why I don't think that rings are the end all be all to an argument, because this ring does nothing for me at all. I thought it was easy. It was the first easy finals that he ever had in his career.
Yeah.
They waltzed through it other than that last game 5.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought he was GOAT before this, and I think he is still. But like the ring argument, it's stupid. If he had 2 more finals like this, does that really mean that he's better than Jordan to those people that still think that Jordan's better? And like, I don't know, man. They just dominated. There's no reason why they can't repeat next year.
And
I
I
was telling Chris, I think they're definitely repeat offenders.
I think to credit your argument too is that Jordan played for, so the first 2 years of his career on the Bulls, they were bad.
Terrible.
But like after that, they were always among the best teams in the league. And LeBron, every time he goes to a new team, he has to start all over.
Yeah.
So like there's always that year, maybe 2 years of like, you got to build this team up. They're not ready just because you're here. Like you have to build them back up.
Yep.
And he's done that 2 different times. I mean, technically 3, you could say, but like, that's impressive, man. That's not something you just pass on. That's a statistic in itself.
And that's the thing is people forget when he came to Cleveland, he came knowing Kyrie would be there, but he didn't know the love was going to be there.
Yeah.
He thought we were going to be playing with Kyrie and Wiggins and building a long-term dynasty. They made all those trades. They got the talent then. They were not good.
No.
I mean, they were going back and forth, playing around with 500 for so long. And then we made that mid-season trade to get Iman Shumpert and J.R. Smith and really like, overhauled the roster, made it to the finals, and then the injuries happened. But the fact that he almost won in 2015 alone, that season was not a winning championship caliber season.
No.
And then he goes 3 more times in a row. They would have made the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
If he didn't get injured. He was out for like 20 games. They were 4th in the West whenever that happened. Now, I don't know if he wins the ring last year, but
they would have went the playoffs at least.
I mean,
he hasn't ever. The only reason they didn't, because he was injured.
Right.
He's gone every other time.
And had they made it to the Western Conference Finals or something and faced Golden State, if they got injured or something like that, like they did in the finals, who knows what can happen at that point? Like, I think they could have beat the Raptors.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man.
2 more years with the Lakers, 2 more rings.
2 more rings.
You think so?
I think Anthony Davis is going to re-sign for
Absolutely.
major cash.
Yeah, absolutely. He's sticking around.
And I think they're going to try and get some type of a veteran thing. People are saying Chris Paul. I don't know how I feel about that.
I think
'Cause
that would slow their game down.
I really like LeBron running point.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see them try to make a deal, trade something to get Klay Thompson.
Wow.
Ooh.
I don't know about that.
You think
Because-
Klay would go?
I don't know if he
I
would,
don't know.
but man, you tell me that you got Anthony Davis down low, LeBron running point, and Klay Thompson, the greatest pull-up jump shooter all time
Yeah.
on the outside,
Splash brother.
they're going to be done. There's nobody that could contend with that team.
I'll say that if you get that for
you
sure.
get
If you
7
get him,
rings
yeah, but I don't
at
know if
that
I want to
point.
see him on there. I don't know if I want to see him alongside him though.
Man.
I don't even care. Clay's the one that I hate the least out of all of those
Yeah.
Warriors. So
Well, I'm telling you this right now. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. If they stay healthy, Brooklyn's going to be coming for them next year.
Yeah.
Because Durant and Kyrie, and that's going to make for a fun series by itself. The whole Kyrie and LeBron talk in the media.
yeah,
That's the series I want. If I can't have my Suns in the finals, which I won't, that's the series I want.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that.
and last off season was so crazy. Seeing Durant go over to Brooklyn and James Harden and Russell Westbrook and everybody all teamed up, and the teams just kind of like evened themselves out
Yeah.
big time. We don't know what it's going to be like this season.
Yeah.
There's going to be some
When did
free
they
agents
start?
that are going to go.
There's rumor for January right now, but even if you start in January, that's going to be a shortened season again because they're still talking about June playoffs.
Yeah.
So you're talking,
Because they got to somehow get this back to a normal
Right.
rotation.
it ain't going to be this year.
No, I know this year you'll probably have to do one more year to slowly like transition it back. Because normally it starts in September or October.
No, it's November.
Oh, NBA doesn't start till November
Is it?
usually.
It's first week of November.
Okay, so if they finish in June like they should have this year, they still have time to start in November next year.
You'll lose maybe 20 games.
Yeah.
And then, you'll have like a 60 game season, something like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I didn't think that. I mean, this wasn't a shortened season at all. They finished it out. They made it to the 82, but it was just so late. Everybody got that big break and everything. So
Yeah.
Question for you guys. What impressed you most about the bubble and how the NBA handled this?
I thought it was great. I didn't think that watching it was weird at all. Like, I think that I got a little bored in the finals, but I think it was just because of the dominance and I knew they weren't going to lose. Like, I just
Yeah.
knew it. But I really liked how they incorporated the fans with the webcams in the background. I didn't think the basketball actually suffered at all. Like, the actual on-court game didn't suffer in the least bit.
I agree.
The hype wasn't there. They definitely missed out on the marketing aspect of
Yeah.
it, which we kind of talked about with the movies and stuff last week,
Mm-hmm.
how they didn't really incorporate anything. They did put a movie on there this time for the finals, but I can't remember what it was.
That one that you were describing last week was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
That was it 33 or whatever.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought that it was fine. Like, I wouldn't, it's always better to have fans there, but like in the
Yeah.
meantime, like they
Under
did
the
it better than anybody else.
circumstances, I
Football's
wasn't-
doing well too, I think, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. Dude.
Not in terms of protecting them from COVID, just the product on the field. I'm enjoying football just as much as any other.
Yeah.
Ryan, what did you like about the bubble?
I didn't like it or dislike it. I mean, under the circumstances, I was okay with it. I
Mhm.
wouldn't choose that over a normal season by any means.
Sure.
But I think they did a good job with it. I mean, they set everything up nice. The court was cool. I like how they adapted to I like how they adapted to the racial issues and everything that were going on
Yeah.
and kind of
Mhm.
utilized this situation to their advantage,
Mhm.
in promoting that. I don't necessarily know that if they go that route had it been a regular season, because it would be in one singular location they played at, they were able to kind of
Yeah.
utilize that to their advantage. But I didn't hate it. I mean, I think that fan presence adds such a different dynamic though, that I'm sure some teams probably played better without having that interference or without having people there.
No home
like-
court advantage.
Yeah, no people booing you or chanting and stuff like that. So I think it gave us like just raw basketball,
Mhm.
without the interference of outside perspective and stuff. So
That's a good way to look
it
at
was
it.
cool. I mean, I'm ready for normal sports again.
Yeah. I think like Jesse said, the NFL is probably the closest one that's attempting that right now. Like they're slowly weeding fans back in. The thing that concerns me about the NFL is these players just can't get it under, control. It's like you have the Tennessee thing, and this is frustrating from a fantasy sports perspective because now you have to keep an eye on every single one of your players now because
Yeah.
Sunday morning, man, they could say, well, the game's been rescheduled. Now, now you take a bye on that team.
Yep.
That sucks. So
Yeah.
it's kind of frustrating. You almost wish they would do this bubble dome kind of thing, but I think it's too late now. I don't think they're going to.
At this
No, you
point in the
can't do it
season,
now.
there's no sense in doing it.
Yeah.
They would have had to have planned it like NBA prior, back in June, got a plan together. Like Jesse mentioned previous shows, got your 3 domes, separate the teams out, play in the dome, and call it a game. At this point, there's no, I mean,
playoffs,
no
maybe.
sense, maybe playoffs.
I mean, you better get those.
Depending on how these next, I mean, come November 3rd, we don't have to worry about it. Maybe
even
4th, whatever it is.
Even playoffs, though, I don't think you're going to be able to do it. I mean, they're gonna stupid. But
I mean, I'm just saying,
you're still going to want your home court advantage or your home field advantage and all that other stuff once you get to the playoffs. And if they don't have something in place at this point, they're not going to get it in place for that.
Yeah,
they're just going to say, whatever. The thing that's going to suck is they might do team bubbles once you get to the playoffs where, hey, you guys aren't going anywhere for a month.
I think they
sucks
should.
to suck, because if the Titans do make the playoffs and something like this happens again, they're talking about forfeiting games. Which I don't personally agree with.
But so like the problem they're running into is they've said already, they're like, is there going to be an 18th week? And they said, yeah, it's pretty much, a guarantee.
It's going to be inevitable.
And then you start pushing into like February and all that other stuff. And it's like,
I'm curious how they do Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously they have it, but fan wise, I mean, those games, you normally have people
cannot
from all
tell me
over the world going there. Whereas
you can't tell me that they're not going to have that place full.
Do you think so?
Yeah. I do.
That's usually February, like 4th, something like that.
Yeah, it's usually the first weekend of February.
People watch the Super Bowl for the halftime show and for the commercials, and you cannot tell me that they're not going to be able to put on an amazing. They're going to find a way. I don't know how, but they will. They're already trying to fill it up. They're going, okay, we had 6,000 week 1. Let's try 12,000 week 2.
Yeah.
I mean,
Super Bowl is my favorite sporting day.
Everybody's.
I love it.
It's number 1 in the world every year.
It's so fun.
See, that's where so you can have an NBA Finals without fans. You can't have a Super Bowl without fans.
No.
There's no freaking
What an
way.
awful time to win a finals.
Yeah.
To win, no one there.
You said that last night.
That's so just disappointing, Like, that's such a big deal. And they have no one there to like really celebrate with or whatever. Did you see JR go live on Instagram?
Yeah, I saw him.
He's such a clown, dude. I love that guy.
What'd he do?
He went live right after. So he's just in the locker room with his goggles on, popping champagne, party, and he's just like filming the whole thing live on Instagram or whatever. But yeah, Super Bowl, I mean, you got to have people there. I'm just curious because like that draws such a dynamic crowd. Whereas like at least in Cleveland, the majority of the people that are there are local from the area.
Yeah.
Super Bowl, you're talking people from all over the world coming there. How does that affect? Everyone just gets COVID, man.
They'll find a way.
Be a vaccine,
they will.
maybe.
They will literally take fucking temperatures like the day before or on at the door. Like they'll find a way.
A little laser your forehead.
But
I would hope by February 4th, Jesus, like some kind of normalcy will return. Good.
They're saying March, June.
Speaking of Super Bowls, baby.
The Browns are not
Super Bowl, Super Browns.
Jeez.
Not going to the Super Bowl.
We are 4-1, baby. 4-1.
Wow.
And we are coming for your ass.
We're 4-0.
Only because you dodged the Titans. I mean, only because you dodged the Titans.
Hey, it's better than 0-3 like last year.
Your guys' opponents have literally 2 wins.
Hey,
2 wins out of 4 teams.
All I care about,
and a tie.
like we talk about every other thing, is a win is a win.
And you've struggled with each and every one. Let me read you a little something here that I looked up today.
Is there a snooze button over here?
It's a tweet that's going very, very well.
You got the volume control.
Steelers have beat the following teams. The 0-5 Giants. The 0-5 Giants. The 0-5 Giants by 10 points. The 1-3 Broncos by 5 points.
Right, 2 wins.
Who did not have
This is why nobody roots for the Browns.
Who did not have their Hall of Fame pass rusher, their starting quarterback,
is that they've won 2 games so far.
their starting wide receiver, or their 1,000-yard rusher.
What was the next
All
game?
of those people out. Then they played the 1-4 Texans.
What was the outcome?
By 7 points.
Oh, we won. So we're 3-0.
Those guys just fired their coach and their GM. And then you
3-0.
beat the 1-3-1 Eagles by 9, who have been abysmal.
Were those all wins?
They were all wins.
Yes.
So
4-0,
Just
baby.
give me that W.
your first loss will be next week when you play against the Browns, who they just
In
beat
Pittsburgh?
Pittsburgh. They beat the Dallas Cowboys in Dallas, who were the what was your guys' offensive rank? Number 1.
first. Don't let me tell you what our defense was.
Yeah, number one offense. And then last week you beat the 3-1. That's more wins than all of your opponents combined.
Every
The
dog has their day, Jesse. Every
the
dog has their
3-1
day.
Colts, who what was their rank? Oh, number one in defense. And we dropped how many points
Just
on them?
remember all this shit
A
talking when they
shitload.
lose.
We dropped 30 plus on them, just like everybody, baby. We're coming for your ass. We're going to fuck you up. Coming hard, baby.
We're not,
Hard with no lube.
Hold on.
Straight up.
Too
Ben
much.
For the
Roethlisberger
shots.
style, baby.
Too much. Too much. We're not into that here.
Miles Garrett is going to eat Ben Roethlisberger.
Is he?
He is.
We'll see about that.
100%.
This isn't Mason.
Zero
Rudolph.
doubt. Zero doubt.
This guy.
Oh,
Wait
man.
till
I am
Sunday.
so pumped.
This is gonna be a fun game to watch,
I can't
considering I don't
wait.
have a dog in this fight.
We when we went to Indiana, this is my little story I told you about earlier. I'm got my jersey on and everything, so we're playing the Colts, and we checked out of our hotel. And
Stayed at a hotel?
we had
Family
so many people that we couldn't fit everybody, so we stayed at a hotel. So we go to check out, and I'm walking out of the lobby, and this old guy comes up to me. He's like 60 something, probably. He's with his wife, and he just walks up to me and goes, "We hate your ass, but we respect you."
What?
And I'm like, okay.
Why?
And he's like, "You know who I am?" I go,
Some old dude.
"Indianapolis fan." And he's like, "No, we hate your ass, but we respect you. Do you know who I am?"
What?
And I go, "Pittsburgh." And this fucking guy goes, "That's right."
I knew it. Yeah, I had a
Oh
feeling.
my God.
He goes, "And I just needed to tell you that we hate your ass." And I go, "Yeah?" And I go, "Well, I hate your ass too." And we're in the lobby. Steph's looking at me like, "What the fuck is going on right
Hotel
now?"
lady's like, we hate both your asses. Get out.
Right.
I go, "And the only respect we got for you is because you voted not to move us in 95. And his wife's like, "Oh, he's a real fan." I go, "That's right. I'm a season ticket holder, got a Browns tattoo." I go, "And we're going to wipe the floor with you motherfuckers
Oh my
in a week."
God.
And he goes, "Yeah. Well, have a good weekend." And then he just leaves.
Well, he doesn't talk for all Pittsburgh fans. We hate you and we don't respect you. Fuck the Browns.
How do you spell Roethlisberger?
Your mom.
Exactly.
Fucking Browns.
He sounded like he was there when they were the Baltimore Colts. Jesus.
Jesus.
He was
Old man Rivers over
it was an
there.
interesting thing. Steph was looking at me like she's like, "Are we gonna fucking fight these people?" Like she didn't know what was
Jesse
going
will
on.
hit an old man. He don't care.
He will.
Oh yeah, I don't give a fuck. You came to me. I didn't want no
hate
problems.
you,
I was
but we
about to leave.
respect
We
you.
hate you, but we respect you.
And after he climbs over him like Allen Iverson, after he's done pummeling him to the ground, he'll go,
Yes.
"I hate you, but I respect you."
I respect you.
Oh my God, dude.
So none of our predictions are right. The Browns are 4-1. Nobody saw this
Oh, I
coming.
know.
I called 3-2 at this point.
So did I.
yeah.
You had them winning in your predictions at Pittsburgh?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
And losing in Cleveland?
No.
You had them 1-1.
No. I had them losing the first one because I had them splitting.
Okay, so
I
you
had
said-
us winning the last one for the playoffs.
Yeah, so you're still going with winning this
Fuck
weekend?
no. I'm going for the win now. I'm changing my shit up.
Okay.
I said the home. Yeah, I said Pittsburgh takes it home and then Cleveland takes the one at their home.
That's what I said too.
I think we sweep your asses now. You guys are overrated, man. You are.
This guy.
You guys have struggled against the worst competition in the league. You've literally played
We're playing
nobody.
pretty decent for Ben being out all
Decent.
season.
Ben's been playing great.
He's getting warmed up. He's playing great.
He played great
Exactly.
last week.
I know.
But you guys are still struggling with them. You're supposed to be this great defense. Well, we're a great defense. And who the fuck? You're putting up like 10 points a game. You're allowing 20 points a game. Like, you guys suck. You get sacks and that's it. That's it.
All I need is a W.
That's
I
fine.
don't care how we get there.
You're going to lose this week. And you guys you've got us, then the Ravens, then the Titans.
We're losing
You're going
Ravens for
bink,
sure.
bink, bink. 3 in a row, baby. 4-3.
We're taking Titans. We're losing Ravens.
They'll lose
You're not beating the
Ravens.
Titans.
I think they give us the Titans.
Especially because it's in 3 weeks. So all them COVID guys will be back.
Fuck them COVID guys.
Oh, yes. Fuck those COVID guys because they fucked up the season.
Hopefully
But
Baker breaks his ankle.
he won't.
Jesus.
He won't. Baker's a fucking monster. He's been playing so well. He has been
Cheesecake Factory.
He's like-
yes.
top 6, I think, in QBR this year. Super efficient.
It's going to end in a tie.
Oh God,
Dude,
not
please
again.
not again. I was gonna say, please not again.
I'd rather lose than tie, because then at least you know who's better at that point.
A tie is like the game never happened at all.
No,
It's
it
like
fucking sucked.
It's just wasted memory.
Especially because that was
rivalry.
the very first game of the season, and everybody was so hyped. This is the first game since the playoffs in 2002 that we have a game that matters between Pittsburgh and Cleveland.
Yeah, record wise.
Like, this is some huge implications in just week 5.
Yeah, for you mainly because of that
For
big
you
mouth.
mainly, motherfucker.
What
For
sucks,
you mainly.
what sucks about this is we're not going to have a show next week.
I know. To talk all the shit we're gonna need to
You'll
talk.
hear from me.
Oh yeah, I'm sure we'll talk.
I want
but
this on here.
I know. Fuck, man, that is true.
Do a live from the road.
We're gonna have
show.
to Zoom, do a Zoom meeting between the three of us.
Yeah.
So what's your predictions then?
Is this the Pittsburgh one? Is this at Pittsburgh?
Yeah, I'll see if I can get the line. Last I looked, they didn't have a line up yet.
I'm
but
saying 24-21 Pittsburgh.
24-21.
I'll go 27-21 Pittsburgh.
Guys, we're putting up 30 points a game. All right.
Okay.
Not against that D.
All right. Hold on here. Let me see. Right now it's Pittsburgh by 3.5.
Oh.
Over under is 50.
Fair. Yeah. Yeah, because I said 48.
I think I'm taking the over on that. I think it's going to be high scoring. I think we're going to win 32-24.
32-20.
Almost mirrored this week game.
Yep, 32-24.
Let me take
We
some
run.
notes here.
All over you guys.
Jesse's got 32-24, 27-24.
27-21.
27-21.
You're taking Pittsburgh?
Mm-hmm.
and I'm
This game.
24-21.
I'll take Cleveland the next game.
Browns. All right. So we can look back on this. All right. We got our predictions in. We'll see what happens.
Shall we make a wager?
Let's do it.
What do we want to bet?
It ain't my team. Don't tell me.
I'll wager.
I'm feeling confident.
I've already been shamed enough this year.
What are you wagering? Chris. Ryan.
Loser posts a photo in the jersey of the other person's team, and it's the profile picture of the podcast until the next week.
In the another team's jersey?
Yeah. So you would wear a Browns jersey.
Think about this, though.
I would wear a Steelers jersey for a week.
You're thinking about the bad.
Well, no, but what I'm thinking about is I don't own a Steelers jersey.
Oh, well, what the fuck?
Dan's
You
got.
talk about fans.
I don't own any jerseys.
I got friends that
for
have
that.
some.
Dan's got like 3. So yeah, I'm down with that.
Okay.
Okay. So
I wish
for a
he-
week.
For a week.
I wish he had a Devlin Hodges jersey.
So the game is on Sunday.
Yep.
Fuck. How are you going to get a Steelers jersey though? Because we'll be in Florida.
Well, it don't matter when
We'll just
you
do
pay
it. I mean,
off.
yeah, it's just got to be a week, I guess.
Yeah, it don't matter when you pay
It
it
needs
off.
to be from.
You should have a deadline. Like you should say, like you have to pay it off in a month. But like, it
When's
doesn't-
the next game?
It's the last game of the season.
I was going to say it needs to be
Week
from
16.
this game to the next game.
Okay.
Well, if we bet again then on week 16 and you lose,
No,
we're
you
gonna do
gotta-
it until the next fucking
pic-
game.
The picture's got to be from this game all the way to the next game.
Double the bet then. For week 16, if it happens, whoever loses, the profile picture stays until the next
I
game.
don't know if I want to do that to the podcast though. It might just bring her down our views.
I think it'd be just fine.
I'm down. Are we doing the podcast page or our personal profile?
Podcast.
Oh
Podcast page.
no! You saw those eyes. Come on now.
Podcast page. Okay, for 1 week.
Oh,
right.
you're letting them off so easy, man.
I'm not going to lose.
Trust me, we're gonna share it everywhere anyway.
It's worse on his fucking personal page.
I'll just remove Jesse as admin. He can't do anything. But if he loses, that shit's going everywhere.
Yeah,
I'm
Dude,
not going to
dude.
lose.
dude. Billboards, posters all over the fucking.
I
place.
might actually rent.
We
a
are going to rush
billboard.
for over 200 yards on you guys and expose that defense.
How much is it before a billboard?
A lot.
Like 500?
I mean,
I think more than that.
for a week, it's not bad.
Yeah, I'm talking just a week. Jesse.
You want to do billboards?
Jesse, huge.
Yeah,
I ain't doing that.
World's biggest Steelers fan.
I'm not doing that. I'm never gonna say I'm a Steelers fan. It's gonna say lost a bet.
You got to hold a sign. It's
Fuck no.
Yeah, come on.
No.
Make it interesting.
No.
You said you were confident.
I don't do that shit.
You said you're confident.
I don't do that.
You better get this shit in the
He's not
rules
that
beforehand.
confident.
Then
He's not that confident.
I'm the one who brought up the bet, motherfucker.
There's always a
sign.
loophole.
No, I don't do that shit. I will never. Those words will not come out of my mouth.
You're not going to say it.
I'm not going to write those words down.
I'll write them
Fuck
down.
No.
I'm finding that I blow things a lot.
Yeah, no shit. This fucking guy. All right, so we just have to wear a jersey. Lame ass.
Oh my god.
I mean, we could do something different.
Yeah, hold a sign.
I'm not doing that. Not doing it. Sorry.
You should be so confident you're not even worried you're going to
I
have to
am,
do
but
it.
I'm still not. No. Freak things happen. I'm not doing it.
Freak things.
Not going to get that picture out
the
of
Browns happen.
4-1.
I'm good at Photoshop.
Leading the league and
I know we saw the one.
I'm good at Photoshop.
leading the league in takeaways.
When you take your picture,
Number one rushing offense
when you
in the
take
league.
your picture, you have to be standing like this.
Best point differential in the league.
Deal?
What you're gonna put on that sign is gonna be interesting.
I'll go like this. And then if you can edit it, you can edit it.
All right, that's fine. Deal. Oh, I can't wait.
Big Ben, come get it.
Can you be bent over? Heyo. All right, that's fair.
I'll be watching that game. I'm gonna love it. I will be in North Carolina watching
Bro,
that
I'm
game.
sweating.
You guys are going down badly.
so
You think they
hope
don't have this game marked on their calendar?
I still hope.
I was worried about the Colts because I thought they were going to be looking ahead. And then they went out there and they were just perfection.
I said they'd beat the Colts, but I said there's going to be one of those games the Browns should win and they're not going to.
Yeah.
Like it always happens to
Yeah.
every team. And I said the Colts could be that game.
And they continue to prove us wrong.
Fucking Browns, man.
Fucking Browns.
I'm still
Amazing. You know how old I was the last time we were 4-1?
You weren't even alive, probably.
I was
94. Yeah.
I was 2 years old.
Browns.
Belichick was the coach.
Oh my God.
Yep.
What's going on with old Brady?
Old Brady? I don't know.
Gave up on him.
I don't know. I don't watch him, man. The Browns are good.
Not
Fuck
your
Brady.
dude anymore.
His
Biggest
numbers
Brady
are
fan
bad.
Huh?
Yeah,
His
he's-
numbers are bad.
Yeah.
He's not been great.
What the fuck happened with the Chiefs?
I told so like going into the season, even last season, they don't have a great defense. Like they're middle of the road, like 18, 17, something like that. Like their defense, until they start tightening it up, that's going to be their weakness. That's the way all teams are going to go in. And if they have a
That's just
decent
crazy to
offense,
me.
their opponents, they're going to find a way every time. If they play Seattle, they'll eat them alive.
And that's the thing too, is the Raiders are one of those teams that has enough weapons.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They're going to have a couple games every single year where they go off and they did with the Steelers for years.
Yeah.
They always beat teams that they shouldn't beat out of nowhere. And
They beat the Saints already, and they beat the Chiefs.
yeah,
Those are two big wins, man.
they're a solid
Some
team
really
this
big
year.
wins.
I mean, they're well coached. And the thing with the Chiefs is their defense relies entirely on just shutting down your receivers on the outside.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
they have enough weapons. They've got like 3 serviceable wide receivers, an elite running back,
Mhm.
and their defense isn't too bad. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Gruden's doing
I was
a good job down
surprised
there
by
in
that.
Vegas.
That's a big loss.
I still bet on the Chiefs though for the whole thing, but
Oh, me too.
You think they're winning?
yeah.
Yeah.
Again?
I think they're
I
going
said
back.
Kansas City and Seattle before the season
Oh,
started,
that's right. You did say.
and I still go with Kansas City.
Wow.
But I think Seattle could eat them alive.
Seattle's good.
And they play just good enough to win every time. Like that's the thing with Seattle is like they shouldn't be
They do it every year too.
winning by 3 or by 1 over these teams.
People are always like, this will be the year that they fall apart because they're not going to be able to always pull out those close games. And every single year they pull out.
They
the close
won it
games.
what, like
Yeah.
5 years ago?
Seattle
2013 or 14.
Yeah, it's been a
Was it
little
that
bit
long
longer
ago?
than
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
when
it
they
was
beat
like
the
I think 5
Broncos.
years ago was when they lost.
Who was the one dude that was on their team that was real good? Sherman or something like that? Richard
Marshawn
Sherman?
Lynch.
Yeah, what happened with him?
Oh yeah.
He's in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's still good. Still
Injured.
elite.
He was a real awkward one that wouldn't talk afterwards, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't talk on media or anything.
No, that was Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Sherman still.
No, Lynch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lynch was beast mode, the running back, the guy that
Yeah.
I'm just
You know-
about that action, baby.
Yeah.
they should have given him the ball when they played the Patriots on the 1 yard line and run it in.
I don't know,
instead of
man.
throwing it.
If you go back, because that was one of the things people always say. If you look back on his goal line carries that year, he only had 5 of them, and he was 1 for 4. And the Patriots were the #1 goal line defense in the league that
Dude,
year.
It's first down. Give
I
him at
know.
least a chance.
I agree, but there's no guarantee that he would have got in there. And that's arguably the greatest play. I mean, that's up there with David Tyree, that Malcolm Butler interception.
Yeah,
I mean, that's one of the top 5 greatest Super Bowl plays
I agree.
ever.
Yeah.
Dude, I tell him, like, you got one chance at this. This is going to be the biggest run of your life. You get that 1 yard, or we're not giving it to you on second down.
Yep.
Plain and simple.
Yeah, that's all I got for sports. If you want to see my updated article on why LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan, it has been brought up to date statistically and with all of the accolades like the MVP and championship and all that stuff.
After this year?
Put it up today. Yep.
Wow. Okay.
So I'm working on one more, but the actual comparison article and the Jordan overrated article has been updated.
I want to know what record that guy does not hold. Literally.
Well, he's 4th in points.
Yeah, he's not the all-time scorer yet, but he'll be there.
Obviously not rings.
He'll get there for the scoring. He's the only player in history that has over 34,000 points, 9,000 rebounds, and 9,000 assists. He's the only player that's
triple-double record in playoffs or finals or something like that too.
He hasn't beaten it yet. He's got to beat Magic. He's in 2nd place. I think he only needs.
I thought he had it.
I think he has 4 to go.
Yeah.
There's 4 to go.
He's going to break everything at some point.
He probably has it for finals. I don't think he has it for playoffs, though.
What's most rings?
Oh, he'll never beat that.
Yeah, what is that?
It's 11.
Well, the Celtics, yeah.
Bill Russell has 11 in 13 years.
Yeah.
Well, he was also the only fucking guy that was 7 feet tall in the league.
Yeah, they won every year during the 60s. So it was like
11 championship rings, man.
Yeah.
And the whole points thing, like Kareem played for like 20 seasons, dude.
LeBron probably will too, though.
Well, I know, for a while. I know, but like that's the reason why Kareem's number 1 and not like. So you look at some of the other guys, like Malone's under him, Karl Malone, and then third is he top Jordan?
Yeah, it's
he's top Kobe. He's top Kobe. I can't remember who third is.
Is it Dirk?
I almost want to say it's Wilt, but
no,
I don't know.
I'm gonna look.
But he's got stuff. I mean, he's up there and everything.
But like you look like you have to be a journeyman for that, like a long distance, player to even be up there. Karl Malone played a long time too. Like you, and the thing that's in LeBron's favor is he's always healthy. He always conditions his body. So like if he doesn't break that point,
LeBron is third. It was Kobe.
Oh, okay.
So you got Kareem, then you got Karl, and then you have LeBron. And LeBron will surpass Karl probably
2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
More like 1.5 though.
Yeah.
He'll finish on top of the scoring though.
Scoring wise, that's all the Jazz had. Like they had Stockton, but like he was more of a pass threat.
Yeah.
Like Karl Malone was their offense for a good long time.
Yeah, he owns like so many major. Like he's the only player that has top 10 points, top 10 assists.
Yeah.
He's top 50 in rebounds. Only player to do those 3 things.
Yeah. He's a piece of shit.
Like, I mean, he's insane.
He's just incredibly athletic. He's a good dude, and he's just insane.
He was sniping in the finals.
How can you hate him? How do people hate him?
People hate greatness, man. People hate Tom Brady.
That's what I said too. Someone asked me like, why? How can people not like him? I'm like, people just don't like people that do well for themselves or that are successful. Like people just love to hate on that.
Like, why do people dislike Tom Brady?
Because he makes out with his kid, and that's weird.
That's a
valid reason.
He kissed his kid on the mouth.
That's a strange kiss.
It's a little weird. There was definitely tonguing. He was tonguing his kid.
There's no tongue.
That's my only reason. He's an extremely well athlete. I just think that's weird.
I like and respect LeBron. He's never been my favorite player, but like I love what he's done, especially for the city. I think that's great because so many people that come from Akron, they forget about where they came from.
Who is your favorite player?
Well, it was always Steve Nash, but like my favorite player now, I'd probably go with Devin Booker.
Okay. Yeah. He's great. I like watching him play.
Yeah. Booker's fun, man. Those Suns are going to be a threat for the next 5-6 years for sure.
Think going to get a win?
I just want him to get to the playoffs. Would be nice.
They're not going to get a win until LeBron retires.
Yeah. You're not going to, and no one's going to pass him on the West.
Well, dude, we're in
he's at least going to make the finals, whether he wins them or not.
Yeah.
We're in a division with LeBron's Lakers and the Warriors, dude.
Right.
Come on. How fair is that?
Even the Clippers, man. Like there's a lot of competition.
There you go.
It remains to be seen what the Warriors will be like though, because now since Durant was there, Draymond has been terrible.
Mm-hmm.
So will they be able to get it done with just Clay and Steph? They'll definitely be like a formidable opponent. but I don't know if they're going to be like running through the West like they were before.
I told you they need size. That's the only way you're going to compete with Anthony Davis, because every time LeBron's double teamed or triple teamed, he hands it off to Davis, and there's nobody on the Warriors.
Can somebody help that dude with his eyebrows?
Yeah,
he wants them.
He can't. That's his
He
marketing.
keeps it that way.
That's his marketing, dude.
Come on,
It's the brow, man.
Yeah, since Kentucky,
It's
he's had that thing.
awful.
You think that dude's not getting laid?
He's getting laid, but bro, you got to look in the mirror every day and see that.
Oh,
Whatever.
It doesn't bother him.
No. You got that stupid beard.
he's got it
Bro.
insured though. I read an article about that.
His eyebrow?
Yeah, they're
Because somebody
insured.
buzzes it in the middle of the night.
No, he doesn't.
It is seriously. That's his marketing, dude.
Oh, dude.
If somebody shaves that in the middle of the night, he gets paid.
Yeah.
Troy Polamalu's hair was marketed or was insured for like
Troy Polamalu's hair,
3.5 million.
His hair was dope.
3.5 million, dude. He didn't
eyebrow
even market
is
it. They call him the
awful.
brow.
It's
They didn't call Troy the
awful.
hair.
Yeah, because the brow's awful.
I'm used to it because I'm a Kentucky fan. I've been watching it for years.
Dude, it just bothers me. I just want someone to help a brother out. I hate it. I hate it so much.
It ain't going
Champion.
anywhere.
He is a champion, but
Champion.
man. It's so bad.
He's about to get paid too.
Yeah.
Max contract.
yeah.
I wonder
how
how
old is he?
20.
He was 2012.
7?
So he's probably
28
probably around
maybe?
27, possibly 28. I wonder what that's going to do for the rest of the team if they like maximize his contract out. Like the supporting players, do they just go, well, we can get anybody to play with LeBron and AD, and
Some of those guys, like,
LeBron has the power.
you don't know what'll happen with like Dwight. He might go and take a max contract or like a big contract because he's like, I got my ring, I'm done. I don't need to be here anymore for
Yeah.
low money. But like the JaVale McGee's, the Rondos who already had a ring, like those guys might stick around.
I'd like to see Rondo stick around. He was a pretty good part of that.
Contavious Caldwell Pope. You can let Danny Green go.
Yeah.
Fucking bum.
Why do you give him the shot? I just don't understand. I still don't understand that.
There are 4 people there. He made the right play. It's just
Anybody else then? Like,
that's like you're wide open. That's like practice. You have fucking bullseye or whatever his name, dead shot, whoever the fuck it is, tattooed on your shoulder. You better make the fucking shot.
and he missed it.
You need to put a big red X over top of that fucking tattoo.
ban him from the league.
I'm about to get upset. I'm done with sports.
All right.
Your
Go
changes
Browns. Fuck the Steelers.
Your changes on the dress. I'm done with you.
Fuck the Browns.
We hate July 20th,
Let's see what Ryan's got for his segments.
1969. A man is about to land on the moon.
Freedom itself was attacked this morning by a faceless coward, and freedom will be defended.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
That's the way the news goes.
Let's get social. And that's it.
Or as it's known in France, did Ryan do his homework?
I don't do my homework. I just like to wing things. What's going on in the world? Let's see. There was another debate. I didn't watch it because the first one was a shit show.
That's true. We can talk about that.
Joe Biden, or no,
No, the vice president.
the vice president
Kamala
adopted
Harris.
a fly as a pet. The world is in shambles still. Nothing has changed.
Pretty sure Pence has COVID.
Pence has COVID. Trump had COVID. The whole White House had COVID. The mayor, the governor, the president of Puerto Rico shouted Trump out, said that that's their president and she supports him.
Oh, yeah.
She got all the paper towels. So
Which I
that's
thought
why
was
she
real weird. I wonder how much she got paid for that because I mean, like
Yeah.
he fucked that whole thing up.
Yeah.
So for her to come
She got the
out-
bounty ones. She
Yeah,
put
bro.
one down and
I thought that was
Her
weird.
house was
though,
dry.
for her to come out and like support of him.
I didn't
Kinda
even see
ra-
that.
Yeah, it was kind of random to me.
yeah, my sister's boyfriend is Puerto Rican. He's got family over there and they can't stand him.
Yes, I was going to say, all the Puerto Ricans are like, fuck you.
Yeah, it says Puerto Rican governor endorses Trump, says he represented Puerto Ricans. Nobody is perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody's definitely
Fuck
perfect. That's for sure.
About that. What else is going on? Trying to think.
Did you watch the debate?
Did I? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What'd you think?
Oh yeah.
Well,
Because you didn't like Kamala.
I still don't like Kamala
I
Harris.
don't, man. She
So
won some brownie points with me. She's up to like a 4.
I'm
gonna-
talking. Excuse me.
Yeah, I liked that.
Me too. I like her assertiveness.
I'm
I
gonna
don't
s-
like her, but I
Yeah.
like her assertiveness. That's for sure.
I'm going to say this about Kamala Harris, and then you'll never hear anything about it from me again. Look up her record in Oakland as far as what she did with the Oakland school systems. I will drop it, and I will leave it at that. Do the work for yourself. Now, as far as the debate went, as I said, when we were talking that night, I said, Pence looks like he got run over by a Mack truck. Like seriously,
Which I knew was going to happen.
Like, yeah, like she totally, and the thing is, we learned a little bit more from her campaign, but she dodged a lot of questions too.
She dodged that pack in the Supreme Court one 100%.
Yeah, and the green plan.
Uh-huh.
Those were two that she tiptoed around, and
Which
like
so did Biden though.
Oh yeah,
he didn't talk about the green plan either.
I don't know if they have a plan for that.
I don't think they do, and that's why they're tiptoeing around
right.
it.
I don't think that's a terrible thing though.
To me, well, and I think the Supreme Court thing makes her look bad, but people aren't smart enough to catch on to that. With Pence, if he was smart, he would have dug into her history. That's the thing. Like he started to kind of do that with the whole with the green plan and a couple other things.
Yeah.
But like he kind of abandoned that. And I was hoping, I'm like, this is the part where we're going to see her adversity, where her back's against the wall and we're going to see how she goes.
Right.
Tulsi exposed that when she was debating her and just lit her on fire.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like she was never tested in this debate where it felt like she felt pressured. Like you saw Biden when he went up against Trump, and he always looked like he was annoyed or flustered at everything going on. Kamala was cool, calm, collected. She sat there and she went, baby, I'm talking.
Right.
Like, you know, come on.
Right.
You know, and
she put the pressure on him too a couple
did.
of times. Like they brought up the Russian bounties. They brought up, you know,
well, the COVID,
the loser things, the COVID stuff,
thing
the
was
200,000, bringing it back every time.
Mm-hmm.
I thought she held her own pretty well.
Oh, I thought she did. She did better than Biden did.
Yeah,
yeah,
100%.
she's strong. Like I knew that she was going to go in and be dominant. She has a voice and she holds her own.
Mm-hmm.
Just, I don't know.
Pence is like a stepford husband, man. I've never heard him speak because he's not allowed to in these last 4 years.
No, bro.
Seems like
but
it.
like
he's like a robotic though. He reminds me of
didn't
like the
expect for
memes of
him-
Mark Zuckerberg. Just being like the robot. Like
yeah, he's like a reptile person.
Monotone. He doesn't have any facial emotion, like nothing. Like the dude is just,
yeah.
I don't know.
Snow white hair. Looks like he dyes it white. Like,
yeah. And
I mean, you could see the wings on that fly from my TV.
his wife,
I ain't got no 4K, so
his wife looks like Miss Swan from Mad TV. That's awesome.
Oh my god.
That meme
Pence's does?
That meme dropped. Yeah.
Oh, I
Today.
didn't
Like
see
it was
that.
awesome. Yeah. The debate though, to me, it was definitely a lot better than the president one in terms of civil. Like they got into a
100%.
couple arguments for sure, but like you expect that in any debate in contemporary times.
Yeah.
To me though, yeah, Kamala definitely won it. I thought this was a bigger win for that campaign than the presidential one. I thought the presidential one was even because neither one of them looked great coming out of it.
I thought that Trump won the first half of that debate, and then Biden finished it really strong.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas this one, I don't think that Pence won. I think Pence had one time where I was like, damn, that's a really good answer. And that was right at the end, whenever he was talking about like, just like supporting ourselves as Americans and really improving and like supporting the military and blah, blah, blah. He had like a heartfelt message. And I was like, that was really good.
Mm-hmm.
And that was it though. I mean, the rest of it, he talked too long, which I didn't think went well for him.
And he always reverted back to the previous question.
Yep. He
instead of
bounced
answering
back.
what was now.
Yep. And it just didn't work.
Yeah.
She seemed confident. She seemed cool, calm, and collected. And I'm with you. I was not a fan of hers. I wasn't a fan of Biden either, just because of all the people that I wanted for change, I don't think that they're going to bring much. But yeah, they're getting it done right now.
But it's good though that, like, you know, I mean, if you're going to vote for him, it's good that you have confidence in him. If that's turning it around for you, for her, I mean, that's good though.
I mean, I was already going to vote for them regardless, but it gave me a little bit more confidence in her.
You don't want to vote for somebody where you're like, man, I really don't like her. And
Right.
I just, so yeah, I mean, that's understandable.
Ryan, are you going to be voting this year?
So my question was going to be, what are your guys' thoughts on the mail-in ballots and all the controversy that's been coming up lately? So there's places that are popping up unauthorized ballot drop-off boxes to try and get people to not mail them and then drop them off, and then they're saying that they're like illegal.
Yeah.
And then there's still been more stories coming out about mail being dumped.
That's not true.
That one was
busted. But your first one's true. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's been no mail fraud.
That's not true at all.
Oh.
Every time they say they're like, show us a place where this happened and show us a real story, it's all QAnon and bullshit. And it's all, like every time I see this, I dig deeper and I want to know where it's from.
I'll have to find the link. The one my brother sent me looked to be real.
You've got people who are taking, like, I saw the one with it was like a semi truck or a U-Haul or something like that. And it was full of shredded paper. And then he pulls up the one piece and he's like, look, like they're ballots, but it's like, all I can see is white shards of paper everywhere, and it looks like why, if I'm going to destroy ballots, am I going to shred them all and leave all that evidence in the back of a U-Haul for some random person?
You would never find it,
right?
Yeah,
I'm going to take all those things. I'm going to bury them somewhere after I light them on fire. If I'm going to do all that,
so you either have to accept that these guys are highly stupid, or that this is not true at all.
Well, and plus, on top of that, for me, every time I see that, that's just a testament that the system works, and we're catching the people that are like mail-in fraud can happen, but if you catch them, then that's not an issue anymore.
Yep. I don't know. I can't find it. But either way, I saw that, and then I saw the one about the boxes. Cleveland is doing one apparently at the voting poll, though. I think that's different. Like that's
Well, voting is open right now. I mean, you can go and vote right now. Go down to your polling station, your downtown. Whatever. Everybody I know has voted already at my work.
Well, what's your stance on it, Ryan?
On mail-in voting?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't love the idea of it by any means, but I also think that they could make it work to just go vote. Like, I don't know why. I don't understand why there's an issue with that to begin with.
I've always had the theory on this, and let me talk this out. I understand there's loopholes in this, but like I'll get there. My idea has always been voting day, people get the day off, and it's with pay. And as long as you show proof that you voted for that day, you're accounted for, your pay is accounted for, everything. Now,
I'm on board with that.
I know that breaks rules because you can't technically pay somebody to go and do something like that. It is literally written somewhere. I can't remember where, but I've looked into it. My thing is, though, you have to find ways to get these guys out.
My employer has it so that we're closing early the day of voting.
Really?
You're not getting paid. We had to adjust our schedule for the rest of the week to work our hours.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're not getting closing early and getting paid as if we were there, because like you said, you can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
But we're closing early to allow our employees time to go and vote after work if they don't have the ability to do it otherwise. So
see, my thing is so like if you don't go vote or whatever, there he is, he's back from Pence.
Miyagi.
If you don't go vote, like whatever it is, you're pointed or it's considered an absence in your work schedule or whatever. I think there has to be a way we get these people off the couch and voting. And I think, honestly, unfortunately, bribing them is probably the only way.
I think online. Why couldn't we come up with online rather than mail-in?
You know,
I agree with that.
That's great too.
I think if you could put it on somebody's phone, somebody would go, "Oh yeah, I could do that."
Absolutely.
All right, I voted.
But now there'll definitely be a question of, can it be hacked? Can, everything online be hacked?
I mean, anything.
We do our taxes online.
I want to say that we do.
I mean,
yeah. Anything has the ability to be hacked. But then again, we have the concern with mail as well.
Mm-hmm.
There's always going to be those issues. What's going to be the easiest way that's going to guarantee the most opportunity to vote? Put it online.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Have an app that's like an official U.S. voting app you download. It's free. You have to register with your social security number.
Mm-hmm.
So 1 vote per social. That's it.
Makes you wonder, like, in the technology age, what's the excuse we haven't done that yet?
I don't know. I don't know what takes away. I don't know what, like, is there any kind of benefit to in-person polling?
No.
Like, is there any
a physical record
or
that
anything?
can't be? It's a physical record that can't be deleted or hacked.
Think about
That's
how
all
much
that
easier
it
it would
is.
be if it's all electric. No one's got to count all those fucking ballots. There's no issue with person counting wrong,
right?
Like what happened in fucking Florida several years ago.
And that's why I wonder, like, if that's the biggest reason why they haven't. So, like, because that excuse is always going to be there in terms of, well,
cop out,
Russia or anything can be hacked, I mean,
yeah, which I get it, but I mean, I guess it does open that liability. But we're the fucking U.S. government. Tell me we can't build an app and like somehow safeguard it. I don't know. Figure out something.
Put Apple in charge because they'll safeguard everything.
Right.
Well, that's the other thing. People will be like, "I'm not voting because they're trying to put microchips in my car," and blah, blah, blah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and
we're gonna lose that battle anyway. There's gonna be one group of people that won't do it. I'm not gonna do it because I'm not gonna mail in. Not gonna do it because it's online. Not gonna go in person because of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah,
and that's why I worry about that. That's the thing I worry about with my plan. So, like, in terms of, people will say, "Well, you're forcing me to vote." Basically, then, like, what if I don't like Biden or I don't like Trump, and you're forcing me to
go for JoJo Gorgon,
go and do it? Yeah, or Howie Hawkins.
I did not know that you cannot wear anything supporting any candidate when you go vote.
That's not true.
It is.
I did that in 2016. That's not true.
They shouldn't have let you do it. My friend went and voted, and she said that there was a person there who had a bunch of Trump stuff on. You're not allowed to have any partisan
political
affiliated
stuff.
Why? It's your guy.
It's influencing other voters.
Oh my God.
Yep.
By the time you get to the polls, if you don't know who you're voting for, you've got problems, sweetheart.
People going there that are probably like looking at that ballot, like, who's this guy?
Yeah.
I voted.
Well, that explains why those two women were giving me.
All right, I'm going to vote for the first name I see.
Right.
Trump. Okay.
That name before. Check.
Yeah.
That
Who's
explains
Joe Biden?
evil looks I got for my Gary Johnson t-shirt in 2016.
Yeah, dude.
Fuck are all these people waiting in line for? I guess I'll wait too.
The whole system needs an overhaul, man. This whole country needs an overhaul.
Sorry if I influenced the 23 people in Summit County who voted for Gary Johnson.
You didn't. That's the reason he lost. Saw
You can be part of the overhaul, Ryan. All you have to do is show up and vote.
Just show my one vote. I don't know who I want to vote for.
What the fuck does that mean?
I don't know who I want to vote for.
Oh,
I don't want to vote for either of the two fucks that are running.
Got to vote for one of them.
I don't. There's other people I can vote
That's
for.
true.
Howie
you
Hawkins. That's what that thing brought up for you, that test.
I know.
Start look-
hate it. I hate it.
Am I the only one that we know who's voted? Who are you voting for?
I'm not voting.
What?
I told you I'm not voting.
You guys got to vote. Vote for somebody. I don't even give a shit.
I know. I do preach voting. I'm really torn.
You won't
I
hear,
don't know what
you
to
won't
do.
hear a word out of me. I promise. But nope.
Sons of bitches.
The thing is, the thing is,
I'm not saying I'm not voting. I just haven't come to terms with who I'm voting for.
if Mitt Romney was running, I would have voted for Mitt Romney. Like that's the thing. Like I'm not even like a one party.
No.
I'm not dedicated to that at all.
I'm not a party person.
There's great people on both sides.
There's more on your ballot though than just the president. Also, you've got local
yeah.
elections
Yeah, I
and
know.
all that other shit.
Yeah.
But also to that point too, which we talked about.
Well, I'm
before,
registered. I am registered.
Vote
Yeah. I've just-
educated. Like all those local ballots and stuff that people don't know anything about. Like I feel like it's dangerous for people to go in and vote
Mhm.
having no clue. Like, and I know you can't do this, but it's like there needs to be some kind of like
Ballotpedia.
ballot test prior to voting.
Yeah.
Like
You
you
can-
know what the fuck you're voting on.
You can see your ballot ahead of time. Ballotpedia is one that's a good one, and it will tell you on your local ballot what will be available, and it gives you a link to a description of the full thing. Because like on the ballot, it'll say like this is talking about raising taxes for the school, but it doesn't tell you exactly what it's going to be applied to. But you can use things like Ballotpedia where you will be able to go on, see exactly what it is. It will link you to the full thing, and you can educate yourself.
Why can't we get incentive for voting?
It's illegal
Why though?
because I could bribe you to vote my way.
And that's the problem with my plan too. That's why it wouldn't work.
The thing that
because
I
you're
think
bribing
could
people
work-
to
No,
do
but what
it.
if it was like everyone, like just a flat thing,
Still
and it
bribing.
wasn't from an individual, it was government based?
It's still bribing.
The thing that I was going to say was instead of incentivizing you, like if you vote, you get it. Why not just say everybody has the day off and it's a paid day?
Well, I'm just trying to
What's
think.
your
like a-
proof
like a
that they vote though?
Doesn't matter.
So
It's just the availability of having that day off because some people don't go because they're working all day or something.
I mean, that's fine. It's just the numbers won't go up.
I'm just trying to
Yeah.
think of ways to like force voting without. I know we can't force people to vote, but like, I don't know. We need change.
I think the
We
day
need,
off.
we need education on what we're voting on, and we need to force people to vote
Yeah.
somehow.
I think the day off, digital
I know it's bad, but
availability.
like it's just like we're in just this fucking round and round circle, man. Nothing's changing. Like
Yeah.
we need to fucking fix
And that's
this fucking
revolution.
I sh-
Then, man, fuck it. Let's get some guns.
and that's Jesse brought a
Got
point up.
those.
I should have been more clear on that. So like I haven't ruled out voting for local. In fact, I probably will.
Yeah.
So it's my presidential thing.
Yeah,
I've ruled out.
yeah.
There's not a can. Even I've looked into the independents, and 9 times out of 10, I would vote for an independent. I went Gary in 2016.
Yeah.
Like Joe Jorgensen does not float my boat. Howie Hawkins is a nutcase, and I don't know anything about the rest. I'm not going to either.
Yeah.
So
How do we get out of a two-party system?
How? You go one man, one vote. Right now we do the electoral college.
Yeah,
And because of that, everybody picks the representatives ahead of time, and you will always get one of the two-party systems. You go one man, one vote, and let's say that we did that this year. Trump or Biden's going to win, but Joe Jorgensen is going to come out and maybe win a state or come up with. You don't even need the state vote actually anymore because you can just go totals, but
Yeah.
she'll come up with 15%,
Yeah.
20%, and people will wonder who that is and look into that more often and get that following so that next time
they have the
a Green
opportunity.
Party or a Socialist Party or, you know, whatever comes along, they'll have more information to that, and you'll be more likely. You won't have to have a Bernie who jumps on the train. People will just vote for them.
Jesse's right, because ultimately it's accessibility. And if she's not on the stage or debating with
Well, that's the
them,
thing. We need to get rid of two-party system.
Mhm.
We need to get rid of the minimum for them to be able to debate.
Yeah.
If they're on the card and they've made it to a certain point, maybe or
Yeah.
something, and it needs to be publicly funded.
Well, if you're
Publicly
gonna-
funded campaigning.
You'll probably have 5 people that'll be on the ballot those people should all be able to debate.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
If you're on the ballot, if you're actually written on the ballot, not a fill-in,
Yeah.
you should be able to be at the debates.
Like Kanye should have been at the debate. People would have been like, wow, what an idiot. And they wouldn't vote for him.
But if you're on there, if you're an officially running
party representative,
you need to be able to be on there. And we need to do away with the wealthy business owners or politicians running who have all the money to run and give the Jesse Younks an opportunity to be president, but they can't because they can't afford it.
Yeah. And I can't tell you how many times in 2016 people went, well, who's Gary Johnson? Like, I had no idea there was even a third
they can't
candidate.
afford him
like
campaign.
Yeah, because his freaking town halls are running on like MSNBC 8 or something,
Right.
you know, like the
it needs to be everyone the same.
Yeah.
Just like the dude from Texas or whatever. I think it was Pete, maybe. Like there were several people that like were worthwhile, but they all had to drop out because they could no longer
Pete
afford.
Buttigieg from Indiana.
Yeah, maybe that's who it was.
Mayor Pete. Okay.
They couldn't afford even Chan or whatever.
Yep.
They all dropped out because they could no longer afford it.
I would have been fine with Chan, even like I was fine with that. And
Even without a tie?
he's advocating
Exactly.
he's advocating for wrestler rights right now through this whole Vince McMahon bullshit.
There was a lot of good people.
I think that
but again,
he-
they can't afford it. They could not afford to do it because you cannot make money while you're running.
He'll get
Unless you're
his
extremely
time.
wealthy,
He
you're
was
never
just too
gonna-
early. He was just ahead of his time.
Yeah.
He'll come back.
I wish like and that's what people were saying, like when Tulsi was running, like make Chan her VP and you know, fucking they run together and it's like cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're both young. They might both get another crack at it at some point.
There was several people early on that I would have voted for.
His whole
over
thing
either
was-
of the two currently if they made it.
My honest opinion is Tulsi needs to go Republican. That's my honest opinion because she's not appreciated as a Democrat.
That's true, but I don't know if they'll welcome her in at this point either.
Shit, they like her more than they like anybody else on
Yeah,
that
but
stage.
she ain't gonna get. I don't know, man. Maybe we'll see.
Can you just
I'm
flip-flop
interested
like
to
that?
see.
Can you run under any party you
Yeah,
want?
that's what Ron Paul did. That's what a few of them did.
Really?
If you're a moderate, you always run Republican.
Mhm.
It's the safest bet.
Yeah, I don't know. the
If
parties.
I ever ran for office, I'd go Republican.
I'd go, what did I get? Like oceanism or something?
I did. Some of those were so weird. I'd never even heard
Genealogy.
of them. And I'm an independent,
You
like
trying to save the fucking reefs?
Dude, all the things I got were fucking like crazy. Like
peace and love or something.
peace
like
and love
that.
was one of the things
What
I
the
got.
Fuck is this?
I'm all about the people, man. I don't like politics. I just want people to be happy.
Come rub my beard.
Yes. Oil my head.
Fucking cult leader.
Dude, I'm like, it was all the hippie in me, man. I sent that, I think I sent it to you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. I all of my shit was weird, like Greenpeace and
Yeah. I don't give a shit
peace
about
and
any of that.
love.
Let's burn the oil, baby. When we run out, we run out.
Jesus Christ.
Just kidding.
No, he's not.
No, I think electric cars are cool, but only because they're more efficient and they got better torque. I don't. If they weren't better, though, I wouldn't want them. I don't know my great grandpa. I'm not going to know my great grandson. He can deal with the burning world.
God.
There it goes. Come on.
The thoughts and comments of Jesse
Do
Young
not
do not
support this
reflect the Made
message.
to Motivate podcast in any way.
I am for Greenpeace.
Someday I'll run for president, and some asshole will pull this clip,
Absolutely.
and they'll be like, "See, it's bullshit. He doesn't support the windmills."
Dude, I think that's important.
You can't run for president.
Oh God,
No, none of us could run for president.
I'm looking forward
at the stake.
There's a reason why.
another 20
Yeah,
years.
this show,
Well,
amongst many other things, I'm sure.
personally, there's a reason why.
Another 20 years or so, and every single political candidate will have Facebooks from the time that they were
Oh,
like
yeah, dude.
children.
Yeah.
You think that the smearing is bad now?
Oh,
Just
yeah.
wait, bro.
There won't even need to be deep
Twitters
digging.
and-
You'll just be like, let's look at their Facebook.
Twitter, TikTok.
Scroll.
I've already made peace. I'm not doing anything important. Like,
Oh no, I could never be famous. I could never be anyone of anything at this point in my life.
yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't vote for you though, because like I can't have somebody that I'm actually interested in on the ballot. It wouldn't make
Oh.
sense.
I got you,
Well,
man.
what's that?
Yeah.
Free movies for all.
Yes.
That's my point though. You're a good candidate. We can't have you on the ballot.
Yeah.
I'll be on there. I'd be good.
Why don't you run?
I'm not old enough yet.
At least run small,
What,
like
35?
35.
Run city or something. Like run.
We have a fucking
thought about
age
it.
minimum to get in, but there's no fucking maximum. You can just be fucking dead and running for president.
Yeah.
I have no idea how to do
I
that.
hate
I've
that.
thought about it for like years.
You just do it,
For
dude. That-
what? Run
I
for
know,
president?
but I just don't know how to like the process of getting the paperwork filled out to actually go and
Let's
do
do
it.
it. Let's make you a campaign video.
Dude, I'm down.
Jesse 2024.
Yeah. Fuck it.
Will you be old enough?
Not for president,
Oh, fuck.
but I could be like your mayor.
Yeah, because that dude that just ran is about Jesse's age, who ran against Horrigan, Josh Sines.
Oh yeah.
They're like damn near the same age. So
There you go, Jesse.
There you go.
Mayor,
Josh Sines, hit me up.
Mayor Unk.
I'll run with you. Dude, I'd be dope. I'd be a dope mayor.
Yeah.
Be the mayor.
They make good money.
And oh yeah.
yeah,
I mean, they're not
6
like
figures?
millionaires, but like they're doing just fine.
probably low.
I think
Low
that they're
6
making like, yeah, I think that it's probably low, but then you also are like, don't have to pay for a car,
What a
don't have to pay
stressful
for a
job,
home.
though,
Like all
man.
that stuff is pretty much covered. Your home, maybe not, but like you got big time incentives.
Does he have like a mayor house? Is there like
Yeah,
a mayor house
they're
that they all
nice.
live in?
My friend was, her mom was like really good friends with Cuyahoga Falls mayor when she was growing up.
Don,
and
whatever
it
his name was?
Robart.
I don't fucking know, but she was over there all the time. She said his house is beautiful.
So like, do they have the same house? Like the White House?
No.
See, I
don't
thought
think so.
Horrigan's living in the house he was at before he was mayor.
I don't think there's like a mayor house.
Yeah, I didn't know if that was a thing, like a governor's mansion, you know, type
No.
thing you hear about.
Because some mayors I don't even think live in their districts and shit. Like they got to
Yeah.
move to make it work.
Robart didn't.
Yeah, which I
Yeah.
think is fucked.
Yeah.
You better live where you
you're
goddamn
making
represent.
change. Yeah.
But yeah, that's the type of place where you become big time though, because it's like, oh yeah, I'm doing a good job. LeBron, you want to hook me up with some funding? Like I'm going for president. I'd do it too, man.
There's ties to everything.
Did he vote for Biden? You know he didn't vote for
Oh,
Trump.
God,
yeah.
yes.
I would bet.
You think Bronny got his ass beat today?
No, I think he's lighting up with him.
I think he
think so?
passed.
You think he did?
Braun? Yeah.
Really? Put that in
Yeah.
his body?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wheat's herbal, dude.
I don't care. I was just curious. I don't know. I feel like that dude don't do nothing.
I don't think he's
He
like a
drinks
chronic,
wine,
but like I think he smokes weed like he does his cigars. Like there's
smoke
some
weed
times-
every day.
Yeah.
You don't move to LA for the atmosphere.
No, you move for the good-looking women
Yeah.
and the scenery,
Yeah.
female and
Long
The rest.
Beach, Inglewood.
If you live in Ohio, you just become a photographer and shoot weddings for those women. So, you know.
There's that too. Dude, LA, man. Woo.
I've
All
been
right.
there though. I'm not in love with it.
LA?
Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't want to live there, but man, I love to visit.
Mm-hmm.
Never been to California.
I want to live in like Phoenix, Arizona.
Yeah, I've never been to Arizona.
Desert's nice.
Yeah.
Chandler. I'd like to go to Chandler. I heard good
Yeah.
things about Chandler.
Scottsdale too. Very therapeutic.
Scottsdale. I want to go to Austin.
Yeah.
So bad.
I really
Yeah.
want to go to Austin. I might go to Dallas here in a couple of weeks.
Been there, hot as fuck, and they got sideways lights.
Going to Franklin's barbecue if we go.
The stoplights are sideways rather than vertical.
Stupid.
Thought that was super weird when I was there.
Stupid
It's like
Texans.
England.
Yeah, I don't know why. I can't remember if there was a reason behind it, but
Because they're dumb. Everything's better in Texas.
We think that traffic light reminds us of a phallic symbol.
Dallas was hot as fuck, man. When we flew home from Dallas, we landed in Cleveland. We went in the winter. My freaking plane almost crashed.
Ooh.
When we landed, we were on one wheel, and the left
Oh,
wing
man.
was probably like, I'm talking an inch from the ground where we would have just tumbled. It was awful. It was like a terrible snowstorm.
Oh,
Dude, it was so terrifying.
and the snow.
That was like the first and only like plane scare I've ever had. And I was like younger. It sucked.
do you have a phobia for planes?
I love flying.
Yeah, me too.
That was just like the only like I've had turbulence and stuff, but that was the only like
Yo, I Miyagi'd that shit. I caught that fucking fly.
super sketchy plane situation I ever had.
Yeah.
It was terrifying. Otherwise, I love to fly.
I did 13 hours to London, man.
Fuck. Knock me out.
That's a shitty flight just because you look out and there's nothing but water too.
Yeah.
Do you go straight or do you go up to like Ireland and then down?
Like zigzag.
We did Chicago because we did Cleveland to Chicago. We had a layover there, and then we went straight to England.
It's not like on like
crazy.
the TV shows where they show you doing like loops like Indiana Jones.
It's exactly like
That's how it goes.
That's what my ears felt like anyway. Shit.
Yeah, dude. No, yeah, that's a long ass flight. You'd have to knock me out.
I tried to sleep for most of it, but I got so bored. Like I got bored of sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, I need something.
Dude, even when I fly to LA, like I mean, you've been there. Like even that flight, which is only like 4.5, 5 hours,
4.5, yeah.
I like start to just get bored.
Mm-hmm.
You can only watch movies and like play on your freaking Switch for so long, and then I start to get anxious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And picture it now with the
I
mask
can't.
on for 13 hours.
Side note,
Sidebar.
Trump declared that he is now immune from the virus, a claim that was impossible to prove and comes amid a series of outstanding questions about the president's health. He has yet to confirm a negative COVID-19 test.
I just saw that he had a negative test.
Oh, that was yesterday.
Oh, that's old.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, if
I don't
he's,
know why it popped up now. I just saw that it was yesterday.
if he says it, I mean, he knows his body better than anybody, right?
I mean, it's not about the immune thing. I mean, that I don't know, but I did see that he, White House physician says Trump has tested negative with COVID rapid test.
Oh, the rapid test doesn't. That's
1 hour ago.
Rapture test.
Them rapid tests ain't. Those are the ones that get wrong all the time. That's those NFL tests that are getting the double negatives and all that shit.
Look at the pictures they picked to use of him. Like, what is this?
What? No.
That's what he looks like. Fucking idiot.
All right. I think that's all we got.
That's all we got.
If you hate racists, I got a shirt for you.
Yeah.
If you don't hate racists already, you should now, because boobies solve everything. This is from Linda Feingold, I think is the name of the site, maybe. I don't know. It's a cool shirt, though. And racism sucks and boobs are cool, so you should buy it. It was like $10. Other than that, no show next week. I think we kind of talked about that. I'll be out of town. Jesse might show up. You might get a show. I don't know. Otherwise, we will have a special guest.
True Crime with Ashley Weiss.
A special guest 2 weeks from now who may or may not dabble in the dark arts. Stick around.
Podcast. I will write her right now.